choose to not live with regrets, and like the path that I was on, that's what I had to go through to get to where I am today. And I cherish my life that I've got today and where I'm at and what I've got in my life. So I wouldn't go back and change anything, even though, and that's fantastic that I've been able to make amends to my family and mend the relationships, and I'm still going through that process. So yeah, no, I wouldn't take it back. Hi, I'm Gaz. I'm a 25-year-old vegan. I live with my sister in Torquay, and I'm a recovering alcoholic and drug addict. My upbringing in Torquay was fantastic. It was filled with lots of fun, always something to do, surfing, skating, and plenty of parties. Like living on the coast, especially in Torquay, lots and lots of parties, yeah. And I started drinking when I was about 15 and started taking drugs at 16 and a half, 17. The reason for drinking was pretty much the same as everyone else. It was thrilling and exciting and something that you weren't meant to do. I was pretty boisterous, and I was always sort of doing what I shouldn't have been doing. I liked that when I was growing up. And the reason that I picked up drugs was because the buzz that I got from alcohol. I just loved the effect that alcohol produced so much. I was just looking for that new buzz, something new and exciting. I started noticing problems with my drinking and drug taking from a pretty early age. Before I was 18, I realised I was drinking and using to excess a lot more than my friends were. I just had a complex of just having to party harder than anybody else. That was my mind frame. And the more and more I started to party, the more and more my social anxiety built up around going out sober. It's just that was an impossible idea for me. I either would not go out, or I had to be in such a state that I felt comfortable to go out in. Other warning signs that went off were acting up at parties, always doing the wrong things, stealing, lying to my family, and that just started to happen more regularly and just spiraling down. And the first time I addressed my alcohol usage was with my girlfriend, who I had of 3.5 years when I was 19, and she gave me the ultimatum: you either quit drinking or I'm going to leave you. And so I went and saw a drug and alcohol counsellor, not really wanting to quit, just trying to save face with my family and get my girlfriend back. And when I found out that she wasn't coming back, I threw that in. The extent that I went to get a hit from drugs, I've got a lot of bad stories. I was chroming morphine, drinking kerosene, drinking terps, metho, but no one can keep metho down because they actually put something in it to make people throw up, to stop homeless people from drinking it. The turning point in my life, there was two. One was on my 23rd birthday when I was out for tea with my parents, and I always used to be a massive smart ass to my old man, and I always used to just nitpick at him, and finally he had enough, and he just erupted and just verbally blasted me with the truth about what was going on in my life. And I'm glad it happened, because it took something that raw and shocking to get through to me. And I wish I got my stuff together that night, but I didn't. I spiraled out of control for another 5 months on ice and alcohol, and it landed me up with another driving charge, possibly facing jail. And I just felt like a scared little kid in the dark. I didn't know what to do. So I got honest with my family, and I told mum and dad what was going on. They didn't know about the drugs, and so I told them that I was addicted to ice, and that I was drinking again, and I was possibly facing jail. And so they suggested that I get honest with my drug and alcohol counsellor, which I was seeing at the time. And my counsellor said, fantastic, let's get you some extra help. And she directed me towards a program of recovery. Lifestyle changes I've made since being in recovery. The biggest one, crucial, is staying out of the old environment, not hanging around the people that I used to drink and use with, and actually realising that they're not friends, they're just associates that I used to drink and use with. Because when shit hit the fan and I was going to court and I was dealing with family problems, and they were nowhere to be seen. They were just around when I had my paycheck. And other lifestyle changes is realising how much damage I'd done to my body, and really wanting to repair and look after it. So that followed on me reading a few books, and one in particular is The China Study by Dr. Colin Campbell, and that just blew my mind, and that helped me turn vegan, which I did with my sister about 18 months ago. And that followed on for me trying to improve other areas of my life as well. So I read a lot of self-improvement books, went to workshops and talks, and at a health talk that I went to, I met my girlfriend, who I'm seeing now, Maria. And yeah, so wonderful that I met her. I never would have met her before because I wouldn't have gone to a health workshop. And yeah, and another thing that I'm doing in recovery is I've just enrolled at the Southern School of Natural Therapies to study naturopathy. And the last lifestyle change I made, which is also really important, is not allowing myself to be bored. I always used to write a lot of lists, and I had the next thing that I'd be doing, whether I'd be looking for work or catching up with other people in recovery, just staying busy. Future goals: finish school and get my certification as a naturopath, and then the long-term goal is open up a wellness centre where I can have different healing modalities at the centre, such as Reiki and acupuncture, and have a studio attached to the wellness centre where I can do health talks, and then get the community and schools involved, and get young people and youths to start running workshops for young people, and also continuing to help people on their path of recovery with alcoholism and drug addiction. Yeah, my main motivation comes from the program of recovery that I'm in, and that I've learnt that I have to continually do what I did to get sober to stay sober. And so yeah, really working with helping out other people with alcohol problems and drug addiction problems. And yeah, like I've just got just the buzz for life now, which I lost for many years. Like I love life again, you know what I mean? Like I care about people again, I care about my family. I love being involved in people's lives. I love surfing, I love getting outdoors. And I love bettering myself because I've come from both sides, you know what I mean? Like I know how bad it can get, how dark, how hopeless you can feel. And now I've got a taste of this new side of life, and I don't want to give that up. My advice for people, for anybody that my stories resonated with, is please ask for help. Please, please, please do it. It'll probably be the hardest thing you've ever done, but it'll save your life. Like that's what it did for me. It saved me from going to jail and saved me from potentially killing people drink driving, or killing myself. And it's okay to ask for help. Like there's a massive misconception amongst Australian males that we've got to do it ourselves, we've got to battle through it, we can solve our own problems. But I couldn't solve this problem myself. I needed to get help, and I needed to get help through the program of recovery that I was in. And yeah, you can do it. Like I'm living proof that it's possible. Like it's been 18 months since I picked up a drug or alcohol, and through the process of being in the program of recovery, it's actually removed my obsession to want to pick up and use. And so you can do it, so please ask for help. My name's Gareth Protheroe, and this is my story.